It is over. You are not going to believe how bad it is for both Brandon and Kackles in the latest USA Today poll. It's worse than any Democrat could have imagined. We're going to look at that poll. We're going to analyze it in light of several other polls that have come out this week. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I'll show you why 2022 may indeed represent a purge of both Democrats and feckless rhinos like we've never seen before. You're not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Great to be with you. As always, I'm your daily fake news antidote. As each and every day, I provide patriotic analysis to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. But first, just 4 days left to register for our brand new Patriot Live virtual event this Friday and Saturday, November 12th and 13th. And gang, we've only got about 20 general admission tickets left, so don't wait. Click on the link below right now. If you don't know, our Patriot Live events are virtual events, so you don't even have to leave the comfort of your own couch. And you're going to be absolutely amazed at the special guests we have lined up. They're going to both inspire you and teach you how to tap into and build parallel structures completely free from all things woke. So if you're stuck at a woke job or vax mandates are coming your way, via your employer, you are not going to want to miss this event. This is going to change everything for you. But again, we are down to the last 20 general admissions tickets. So click on that link below right now and I will see you for a virtual weekend you'll never forget. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. But Biden and Harris are imploding. Okay, there's just absolutely no other way of putting it. Their poll numbers are in an absolute and utter free fall, and there is nothing, literally nothing, that their cheerleaders in the lamestream media can do to stop it. Let's look at the latest. The latest Suffolk University USA Today poll has Biden's approval right now at 38%. 59, nearly 60% disapprove of the Brandon regime. Now, just to put this in context, this is the fourth poll in a row that has Biden in the 30s. The latest, the Trafalgar poll, which, by the way, was the only polling outlet to get New Jersey right. Their latest poll has Biden sinking at 39%. And the latest Quinnipiac poll has Biden barely clinging to life at 37%. And the latest Zogby poll has Brandon's approval rating cratering to 36.4%. So we've got now 4 independent back-to-back polls coming out, all showing Biden in the 30s. And guess what? It gets even worse for Kamala. As it turns out, Kamala would be thrilled to get polling like this. The same USA Today poll has Kamala Harris's approval rating, get this, to an utterly dismal 28%. This is why it's been so widely reported that Harris is now officially the single most unpopular vice president in 2 generations since the 1970s. It's funny because, we knew this was going to happen. We knew from the moment that Biden announced her as his pick that all she was going to do is drag this ticket down. She's radically unpopular even among Democrats. By the way, did you see the latest Kamala disaster? Her latest embarrassing blunder? She was at a NASA presentation and she interrupted the NASA official making the presentation with, well, I'll just let her say it.
Climate adaptation strategies.
Can you measure trees? Part of that data that you're referring to, and it's in EJ, it's environmental justice, but you can also track by race. There are averages in terms of the number of trees in the neighborhood where people live.
You can track the number of trees in neighborhoods by race, can't you? I mean, she literally asked if you could do that. Can you track the equity of trees in our nation? Can you trace if white people have more trees in their neighborhoods than people of color? I mean, this kind of wokeness is making even woke people squirm. Hashtag Black Trees Matter. Well, but getting back to Brandon, 46% of those polled believe that Biden has done worse than expected, including 16% who had voted for him. But here is the real kicker. This is perhaps the most devastating find in the poll. This is the buried lead, as it were. 64% of American voters, according to this poll, USA Today, don't want Biden to run for another term. That includes 28% of Democrats. 64% don't want a second term from Brandon. How is this not headline news? Why is this not on the front page of every single major newspaper in the nation? 2/3 of the American electorate don't want to see another Brandon term. I mean, that's as devastating as things possibly could get for Brandon. So I guess that's why it's not on the front pages or headlines of major news outlets. So because they are, of course, the propaganda wing of the Democratic Party. Now, things are really starting to heat up here in terms of the national backlash the Democrats are about to face in the midterms. Republicans have just taken an unprecedented 8-point lead in the congressional generic ballot. Now, this poll comes on the heels of another generic ballot from the left-leaning Quinnipiac survey just a few weeks back. And that survey found that the Republicans back then were leading the generic ballot by 3 points, 47 to 44. It was the first time the Republicans had led the Democrats since 2014, 2 midterms ago. And the last time Republicans were polling that high, they went on to utterly slaughter the Democrats. They took control of the Senate. They expanded their already huge majority in the House. They won thousands of local and state legislative seats. It was an absolute bloodbath of epic proportions for the Democrats. And things are even worse for them now ahead of the 2022 midterms. Republicans are absolutely surging to a near double-digit lead that all but guarantees a bloodbath in the midterms, which of course makes what happened over the weekend with those 13 rhinos all the more ridiculous and inexplicable. Now, before we get into that nonsense, just as a reminder, if you like my shirt, you can get one for yourself. Make sure to click on the link below. We've got some awesome new Let's Go Brandon shirts that you're going to absolutely love, plus a whole host of Patriot designs or limited editions, so they're not going to be around for long. So make sure to click on that link below and get one for yourself, for your friends, for your loved ones. They are going to love for you. Early Christmas present. All right, so I'm sure many of you have already heard 13 Republicans in the House bailed out Nancy Pelosi's otherwise failed infrastructure bill. It would have gone down in flames. There were enough Democrats on the woke left that voted against it, and it was 13 Republicans that saved it. And given how Biden and the Democrats are absolutely imploding in the polls, there's only one possible explanation for why they did what they did. If you think it all through, there's only one explanation. They support Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden more than they support you. These feckless rhinos support Brandon and Nancy more than they support you. And make no mistake, these 13 so-called Republicans despise us. They despise their base. That's the difference between Patriot representatives and rhinos. Rhinos hate their Republican base. They hate and despise the Republican rank and file. And that vote was a vote of contempt. It was a vote of contempt for the Republican base. Now, 2 of these guys are gone, Kinzinger and Gonzalez. They're retiring. So that was just them giving us the finger as they leave. But the 11 others need to be primaried and gotten rid of so fast it's going to make their heads spin. And it should not be hard. They are now officially Pelosi Republicans. And there is no way a Pelosi Republican can survive a primary challenge. No way. Not with 2/3 of the electorate wanting Biden to disappear. And even Pelosi herself. It looks like she's not even going to run for re-election. So what they did is a perfect example precisely why Trump won and why he continues to be so popular among the Republican base. This is why any attempt by the Republican establishment to distance the party from Trump is futile. It's doomed to failure, precisely because the party still has so many Rhino Pelosi Republicans who are the whole reason why Trump won. The vast majority of the Republican base, its expanding base, is sick and tired of Pelosi rhinos. And Trump represents the great purge. And with these latest numbers in on Biden and Harris, that purge is going to happen. It's going to happen with the Democrat bloodbath in the upcoming midterms, and it's going to happen in the primary purges that rids the party as much as possible of any remaining remnants of Pelosi Republicans. Now, before you go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video on an ex-New York Times reporter absolutely humiliating CNN on live TV. It is going to absolutely make your day. So make sure to click on that link, and I will see you over there. Let's go, Brandon. God bless.